Hello everyone. Welcome back to DreamWave English. I'm Sophia, your host for today. I'm so happy you are here today to practice English with me. This lesson is not only about learning words, it's about building real confidence to speak in daily life. Every time you practice with me, you take one more step toward fluency. Learning English is like building a house. If you don't have strong bricks at the bottom, the house cannot stand. In the same way, if you don't master the basic conversations, advanced English will feel difficult. That is why we begin with the simple but powerful foundations. Greetings and introductions. Let's start with the most common and friendly greeting. Hi, how are you? Repeat it after me slowly. Hi, how are you? Say it again, but this time connect the words smoothly. Hi, how are you? Native speakers link the sounds like music. Now, here's another greeting you can use when you meet someone you know. Hello, it's nice to see you again. Repeat. Hello, it's nice to see you again. This sounds warm and polite. It's more than just hi. It shows you are happy to meet the person. Sometimes, instead of how are you, native speakers say, how have you been? How's everything going with you? Practice with me. How have you been? Now say, how's everything going with you? These phrases are friendly and show real interest. Now let's practice a short dialogue together. Hi, how are you? I'm doing well, thank you. That's great to hear. How have you been lately? I've been good, just busy with work. See, the conversation flows naturally. Let's repeat it slowly. Next, let's talk about introductions. When you meet someone for the first time, you want to make a good impression. The simplest way is, hi, my name is your name. Nice to meet you. Repeat it with me. Hi, my name is Anna. Nice to meet you. If you want to sound more advanced, you can say, hi, I'm your name. It's a pleasure to meet you. What's your name? Now practice. Hi, I'm Anna. It's a pleasure to meet you. What's your name? When the other person answers, respond with interest. Nice to meet you. Alex, where are you from? Here's a simple introduction dialogue. Hi, I'm Sarah. It's a pleasure to meet you. What's your name? I'm David. Nice to meet you. David, where are you from? I'm from Canada. How about you? I'm from Japan. This short exchange helps you build connections instantly. Now, let's practice polite follow-up questions. After someone introduces themselves, you can ask, what do you do? Are you a student, or do you work? Practice. What do you do? Now say, are you a student, or do you work? These questions keep the conversation alive. Here's a longer dialogue, combining greetings and introductions. Hi, how are you today? I'm doing well. Thank you. How about you? I'm good too. By the way, my name is Lisa. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Lisa, I'm Tom. Where are you from? I'm from the United States. And you? I'm from Thailand. That's great. Are you working or studying here? I'm studying English. This is exactly how real conversations happen when you meet someone new. Now let's practice with intonation. Intonation is the music of English. When you greet someone, your voice usually rises at the end. Like this. Hi, how are you? Try it. Now make your voice go up a little. It sounds more friendly and natural. Let's also try introducing someone else. Sometimes you're with a friend and you want them to meet another person. You can say, this is my friend, James. James, This is Anna. Repeat with me. This is my friend, James. James, this is Anna. Here's a quick dialogue. Hi, how are you? I'm good. Thanks. Oh, let me introduce my friend. This is Maria. Nice to meet you. Maria. Nice to meet you too. Simple, clear, polite. Now let's do a practice exercise. I will give you a situation, and you try to say what you would say. You meet someone new at school. What do you say? Answer. Hi, my name is Tata. Nice to meet you. You see a colleague after a long time. What do you say? Answer. Hi, it's been a while. How have you been? You introduce your brother to your friend. What do you say? Answer. This is my brother. Zastan. Ifirinda. This is my friend. These simple exercises train your brain to respond naturally. Now, let's add one more layer. Showing kindness. When you meet someone, add a compliment. For example, nice to meet you. I've heard great things about you. It's great to finally meet you in person. These sentences make the other person feel comfortable. Finally, remember this. Greetings and introductions are the keys to opening doors in English. Every time you say hello, you are building a bridge to another person. The more you practice, the stronger your bridge becomes. So from now on, practice these short dialogues every day. Greet your mirror in English. Introduce yourself to your family in English. Pretend you're meeting someone new and practice the lines. Soon, they will feel automatic. This is your first step toward real fluency. You are doing amazing. Keep going. You're not just learning English. You're building confidence for life. Great job practicing greetings and introductions. Now, let's move to the next important skill, talking about your day. This may seem simple, but it is very powerful. Why? Because when you describe your day, you use verbs, time expressions, and feelings. These are exactly the building blocks of fluent English. Let's start with the most common question. How was your day? If someone asks you this, the simplest answer is, it was good. But let's be honest, this is too short. If you stop there, the conversation will stop too. To sound fluent, you need to expand your answer and give more details. Here's a better answer. It was good. Thank you. I worked in the morning, had a meeting in the afternoon, and relaxed at home in the evening. Repeat after me slowly. It was good. Thank you. I worked in the morning, had a meeting in the afternoon, and relaxed at home in the evening. Now let's practice a short dialogue. Hi, how was your day? It was good. Thank you. I was busy at work, but I enjoyed my evening. How about you? My day was busy too, but I went for a walk after dinner. This sounds natural and keeps the conversation going. Another way to make your answers better is to add feelings. Instead of just saying what you did, talk about how you felt. For example, my day was tiring, but I feel proud because I finished all my tasks. My day was exciting. I met a new colleague and learned something new. Practice with me. My day was tiring, but I feel proud because I finished all my tasks. Now say, my day was exciting. I met a new colleague and learned something new. Did you notice? Adding feelings makes your English sound alive. Here's a short dialogue with feelings. How was your day? It was tiring. I had many meetings, but I feel happy because I learned a lot. That's good. I hope you can rest tonight. Now, let's practice using time expressions. These are words like in the morning, in the afternoon, yesterday. Last night, they help you tell your story clearly. For example, in the morning, I went to school. In the afternoon, I studied English. In the evening, I watched TV. Practice it. In the morning, I went to school. In the afternoon, I studied English. In the evening, I watched TV. Another example, yesterday, I visited my friend. At night, we cooked dinner and watched a movie together. Repeat. Yesterday, I visited my friend. At night, we cooked dinner and watched a movie together. Now let's try a short Q&A. What did you do yesterday? I went shopping in the morning, cooked lunch at home, and met my cousin in the evening. That sounds fun. Did you enjoy it? Yes, we had a great time. See how natural that is. Let's practice one more. Imagine you are talking to a friend. How was your day? It was relaxing. I stayed at home, read a book, and listened to music. That sounds wonderful. Now, let's do a quick practice exercise. I will give you an activity, and you expand it with details and feelings. If I say, I studied English, you can expand. I studied English in the evening, and it was interesting because I learned new words. If I say, I cooked dinner, you can expand. I cooked dinner, and I felt happy because it was delicious. This exercise helps you speak longer and more naturally. Another important point, always keep the conversation alive by asking back. After you answer, say, how about you? What about your day? This makes the other person feel included. Example, how was your day? It was good. I went to work in the morning, then studied English at night. How about you? My day was busy too, but I relaxed with a movie in the evening. Perfect. So in this part, we practiced expanding your answers with details, adding feelings to make your English more expressive, using time expressions like in the morning and yesterday, asking about the other person's day to keep the conversation going. Talking about your day may look simple, but it trains you to describe your life clearly. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Here's your daily challenge. Every night, before bed, say 3 sentences in English about your day. For example, today, I worked in the morning, studied English in the afternoon, and watched a movie at night. I feel good. Do this every day, and you will see your fluency improve very quickly. Remember, fluency is not about speaking fast. It's about speaking naturally. Step by step, keep practicing, and soon you will find yourself speaking English with ease. Now that you can talk about your day, let's move to another important skill, ordering food and drinks, and asking for directions. These 2 situations are very common, and mastering them will give you a lot of confidence when you travel or live in an English-speaking country. Let's start with ordering food and drinks. The simplest way is, I'd like a coffee, please. Repeat after me. I'd like a coffee, please. This is short, polite, and clear. If you want to be a little more advanced, you can say, could I have a medium latte with no sugar, please? Practice it. Could I have a medium latte with no sugar, please? Now let's practice a short dialogue at a cafe. Good morning. What can I get for you? Good morning. I'd like a cappuccino, please. Sure. Anything else? Yes. I'd also like a slice of cake, please. That will be $6. Here you go. Thank you. You're welcome. Enjoy. This is a very natural conversation you will use again and again. Here are more examples. Could I have a cup of green tea with lemon, please? I'd like a chicken sandwich with extra salad. Please. Notice how the structure stays the same. You just change the item. This makes practice easier. Now, let's move to asking for directions. This is very useful when you are in a new place. The key is to be polite. Here's the most basic question. Excuse me, could you tell me where the bus station is? Repeat it slowly. Excuse me, could you tell me where the bus station is? Another useful one. Excuse me, I'm looking for the nearest train station. Could you help me? Say it with me. Excuse me, I'm looking for the nearest train station. Could you help me? These phrases are polite and natural. Now let's practice a short dialogue. Excuse me, could you tell me where the supermarket is? Yes, it's just down this street. Walk 2 blocks, and you'll see it on the left. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Perfect. This is exactly how people talk in real life. Let's also practice giving directions, because sometimes people might ask you. Here are some useful phrases. Go straight for 2 blocks, then turn left. It's on your right. Next to the bank, walk down this street until you see the park, then turn right. Repeat them slowly. Go straight for 2 blocks, then turn left. It's on your right. Next to the bank. Here's a short dialogue. Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the library? Sure. Walk straight. Turn right at the traffic light. And the library is across from the school. Thank you very much. My pleasure. Now let's put both situations together in one story. Imagine this. You are traveling in a new city. First, you go into a cafe. Good afternoon. Could I have an iced tea? Please. Sure. Anything else? No, that's all. Thank you. After you finish your drink, you need to find the train station. Excuse me, could you tell me where the train station is? Of course. Go straight for 3 blocks, then turn right. The station is next to the bank. Thank you very much. You're welcome. See how natural this feels. These are the exact sentences you can use in daily life. Now let's practice a quick exercise. I will give you a place, and you create the question. Place. Hospital. Excuse me. Could you tell me where the hospital is? Place. Park. Excuse me. I'm looking for the park. Could you help me? Place. Post office. Excuse me. Could you tell me where the post office is? Simple. Right. The pattern is always the same. Finally, let's review what we learned today. Ordering food and drinks. I'd like, please. Could I have, please? Asking for directions. Excuse me. Could you tell me where? Giving directions. Go straight. Turn left. It's on your right. These sentences are short but powerful. They give you the confidence to communicate politely and clearly. Remember, practice them out loud. Pretend you're in a cafe or standing on the street. Speak as if you are really there. This practice will make your English natural and automatic. So next time you order food or ask for directions, use these sentences. You'll be surprised at how confident you feel. Now that you can order food and ask for directions, let's move to something even more powerful. Small talk. Small talk is simple conversation that people use every day. It may look unimportant, but it is the glue that holds conversations together. If you can do small talk naturally, people will find it easy and enjoyable to talk with you. Let's begin with the easiest topic, the weather. Here are some examples. It's a beautiful day today, isn't it? It looks like it might rain later. It's really hot today, isn't it? Repeat after me. It's a beautiful day today, isn't it? Now say, It looks like it might rain later. Let's build a short dialogue. Good morning. It's such a beautiful day today, isn't it? Yes, it really is. The sun is shining, and it feels so nice. I hope it stays this way for the weekend. Me too. I want to go hiking. See how simple and natural that is. Just by talking about the weather, you already have a friendly conversation. Another popular small talk topic is work or study. Here are 2 questions. How's work going these days? How are your classes this semester? Repeat. How's work going these days? Now try. How are your classes this semester? Here's a dialogue. Hi, how's work going these days? It's been busy, but I'm learning a lot. How about you? My work is busy too, but I feel motivated. That's great to hear. This type of small talk is useful with colleagues or classmates. Now let's try another topic. Hobbies and free time. You can ask, what do you usually do on weekends? Do you have any hobbies? Practice them. What do you usually do on weekends? Do you have any hobbies? Here's a short dialogue. So, what do you usually do on weekends? I usually spend time with my family and sometimes play basketball with friends. How about you? I like to read books and watch movies. That sounds relaxing. Small talk often starts simple and then grows into longer conversations. Now let's try travel as a small talk topic. Have you traveled anywhere recently? Do you like traveling? Practice them. Have you traveled anywhere recently? Do you like traveling? Here's a dialogue. Have you traveled anywhere recently? Yes, I went to Japan last month. Wow. How was it? It was amazing. The food and culture were beautiful. That sounds wonderful. I'd love to go there someday. See how a simple question becomes a deep conversation. Another easy small talk topic is weekend plans. Do you have any plans for the weekend? What are you going to do on Saturday? Practice. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Now say, what are you going to do on Saturday? Here's a short dialogue. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Yes, I'm going to visit my grandparents. How about you? I think I'll just relax at home and maybe watch a movie. That sounds nice. Enjoy your weekend. Great. Now let's review some useful small talk replies that keep the conversation going. That sounds nice. Really? Tell me more. Wow, that's interesting. I'd love to try that. Repeat after me. That sounds nice. Now say, really? Tell me more. These short replies show interest and make the other person want to continue. Now, let's do a quick practice exercise. Imagine you are at a party. You meet someone new. What can you say? Step 1. Greeting. Hi. Nice to meet you. Step 2. Small talk. It's a beautiful evening, isn't it? Step 3. Ask about life. So, what do you usually do on weekends? This is exactly how real conversations happen in social situations. So in this part, we learned how to use weather to start a friendly conversation, talk about work, school, hobbies, and travel, ask about weekend plans, use short replies to keep the conversation alive. Remember, small talk may feel small, but it builds big connections. Every time you practice, you are making yourself sound more natural in English. Your challenge today: start a small talk with someone in English. Even just one sentence, like, "It's a nice day today," can open the door to a longer conversation. You are doing a wonderful job so far. We've practiced small talk, greetings, daily life, and directions. Now let's move to 3 situations that almost everyone experiences: shopping, eating in restaurants, and visiting the doctor. Let's begin with shopping. When you go shopping, the most common question is about the price. The simplest way is, how much does this cost? Repeat after me. How much does this cost? If you want to sound more polite, excuse me, could you tell me how much this costs? Here's a shopping dialogue. Excuse me, how much does this shirt cost? It's $20. Do you have it in a medium size? Yes. Would you like to try it on? Yes. Please. Thank you. This is very natural and useful. Other helpful phrases for shopping. Do you have this in another color? Could I see that bag? Please. Can I pay by card? Practice them now. Do you have this in another color? Could I see that bag? Please. Great. Now let's move to restaurants. Eating out is always fun, but you need the right English phrases. When you arrive, the server may ask, "Do you have a reservation?" You can answer, "Yes, I have a reservation under your name." Or, "No, I don't, could we have a table for 2? Please. Practice. Could we have a table for 2? Please. Once you sit down, the server might say, "Can I get you something to drink?" You can reply, "Yes, I'd like some water, please," or, "Could I have an orange juice, please?" When you are ready to order food, say, "I'd like the grilled chicken with vegetables, please. Could I have the pasta with tomato sauce?" Let's practice a restaurant dialogue. Good evening. Do you have a reservation? No, we don't. Could we have a table for 2? Please. Of course. This way. Please. Here are your menus. Can I get you something to drink? Yes, I'd like some water. Please. And for you, I'll have a cup of tea. Thank you. Are you ready to order? Yes, I'd like the grilled chicken with vegetables, and I'll have the pasta. Perfect. Your order will be ready soon. This is exactly how real conversations happen in restaurants. Sometimes you need to ask extra questions. What do you recommend? Does this dish contain nuts? Could we have the bill? Please. Repeat with me. Could we have the bill? Please. Perfect. Now, let's talk about visiting the doctor. This can be stressful, but with the right English, it's much easier. At the reception, you may hear, "Do you have an appointment?" You can answer, "Yes, I have an appointment at 10 a.m. with Dr. Brown." Or, "No, I don't. Can I make an appointment, please?" When you meet the doctor, they might ask, "What seems to be the problem?" You can answer, "I've been having a headache for 3 days. I feel very tired, and I don't know why." Practice, "I've been having a headache for 3 days." Another useful phrase is, "I have a sore throat. It hurts when I swallow." Here's a doctor's office dialogue. Good morning. Do you have an appointment? Yes, at 10 a.m. with Dr. Brown. Please have a seat. The doctor will see you soon. Good morning. What seems to be the problem? I've been having stomach pain since yesterday. I see. Do you have any other symptoms? Yes, I also feel tired. Okay, I'll give you some medicine and recommend rest. This kind of English will help you explain clearly and get help faster. Other useful medical phrases. I've had a cough for a week. I feel dizzy. I need a prescription. Please, let's repeat them slowly. I've had a cough for a week. I feel dizzy. Now, let's review what we practiced in this part. Shopping, asking about price. size, and color, restaurants, ordering food and drinks, asking questions, paying the bill, doctor visits, making appointments, describing symptoms, asking for medicine. These are real situations you will face in life. The more you practice, the more confident you will feel. Remember, keep it simple, keep it polite, and always practice out loud. Great job reaching this point. You have already learned how to communicate in many daily situations. Now let's explore 3 more useful topics: banking, using public transportation, and taking a taxi. Let's start with banking. When you go to a bank, one of the first things you might say is, "I'd like to open a bank account, please." Repeat after me. I'd like to open a bank account, please. If you need to withdraw money, you can say, "I'd like to withdraw some money from my account." Or, if you want to deposit money, "I'd like to deposit $200 into my account." Practice with me. I'd like to deposit $200 into my account. Here's a short banking dialogue. Good morning. How can I help you today? Good morning. I'd like to open a savings account, please. Sure. Do you have your passport or ID with you? Yes. Here it is. Great. Please fill out this form. Very practical and simple. Other useful banking phrases. Can I check my account balance? Please. I'd like to transfer money to another account. Could I get a new debit card? Please. Repeat them slowly. Can I check my account balance? Please. I'd like to transfer money to another account. Excellent. Now let's move to public transportation. When you travel by bus, train, or subway, you need the right sentences. Here are some useful questions. Which bus goes to the city center? Where can I buy a ticket? How much is a one-way ticket? Practice. Which bus goes to the city center? Now say, how much is a one-way ticket? Here's a short dialogue at a bus station. Excuse me, which bus goes to the airport? Take bus number 25. It leaves every 15 minutes. Thank you. Where can I buy a ticket? You can buy one at the machine over there. Perfect. Thanks again. Simple, polite, natural. At a train station, you may hear, "Would you like a one-way or a round-trip ticket?" You can answer, "A one-way ticket, please," or "A round-trip ticket, please." Practice with me. A round-trip ticket, please. Great. Now let's move to taking a taxi. The most common way to start is, "Excuse me, could you take me to place?" For example, "Excuse me, could you take me to the airport, please?" Another way, "I'd like to go to the train station, please." Here's a taxi dialogue. Good evening. Where would you like to go? Good evening. Could you take me to the Hilton Hotel, please? Sure. Do you want the fastest route or the cheapest one? The fastest route, please. No problem. Please sit back and relax. Sometimes you may want to ask about the fare. How much will it cost to go to the airport? Could you please turn on the meter? Practice. Could you please turn on the meter? At the end of the ride, you can say, "Could you drop me off here, please? How much is it?" Here's an example. Could you drop me off here, please? Sure. That will be $15. Here you go. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Have a nice day. Perfect. Now let's review what we practiced today. Banking, opening an account, withdrawing, depositing, and asking about services. Public transportation, asking about buses, tickets, and schedules. Taxis, asking for destinations. checking prices, and paying politely. These are real-life situations that will help you feel confident in any city. Your challenge: next time you practice speaking, role-play these situations. Pretend you're in a bank, at a bus station, or in a taxi. Speak out loud, as if you are there. The more you practice, the more natural your English will become. You're doing amazing. We've already covered many daily life situations. Now let's practice something a little different, but equally important: making phone calls, leaving messages, and using English online. These skills are important because sometimes you cannot see the person, you only hear their voice or read their message. Let's start with making phone calls. The most basic way to start a call is, "Hello, this is your name. May I speak to person's name? Please, repeat after me. Hello, this is Anna. May I speak to Mr. Brown? Please." This is polite and professional. Here's a short phone call dialogue. "Hello, this is Sarah. May I speak to Tom? Please." Speaking. "Hi Sarah. How are you?" "Hi Tom. I'm good. I just wanted to ask about tomorrow's meeting." "Sure. It starts at 10 a.m. in the office." Very natural and simple. If the person is not available, you might hear, "I'm sorry, he's not available right now. Would you like to leave a message?" You can reply, "Yes, please. Could you tell him that Sarah called, and I'll call back later?" Practice with me. Could you tell him that Sarah called, and I'll call back later? Another way, please let him know that the meeting is at 3 p.m. Here's a leaving message dialogue. "Hello, this is David. May I speak to Lisa? Please, I'm sorry, Lisa is not here right now. Would you like to leave a message?" "Yes, please. Could you tell her that I will arrive at 5 p.m? "Of course, I'll let her know. Thank you very much." Great. Now, let's practice informal phone calls with friends. "Hey, it's me. What are you up to?" "Hi, I just wanted to check if you're free this evening." Practice. "Hey, it's me. What are you up to?" Here's a short casual dialogue. "Hey, it's me. What are you up to?" "Not much. Just relaxing. How about you?" "Same here. Do you want to grab dinner later?" "Sounds great." Easy, friendly, natural. Now let's move to using English online. Today, many conversations happen through messages and emails. In emails, a polite start is, "Dear name, I hope this message finds you well." For example, "Dear Mr. Smith, I hope this message finds you well." In informal emails or texts, you can say, "Hi name, how are you doing?" When you want to ask for something politely, "Could you please send me the report? Would you mind sharing the link with me?" Practice. "Could you please send me the report?" Here's a short email example. "Dear Anna, I hope this message finds you well. Could you please confirm the time of tomorrow's meeting? Thank you very much. Best regards, David." Simple, polite, clear. Now, for online chats with friends, you can use shorter sentences. "Hey, are you free now? Want to watch a movie tonight? See you soon." These are casual but very common. Sometimes online, you also need to say thank you politely. "Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it." Practice. "I really appreciate it." Now let's combine phone and online practice into a story. Imagine this. You need to call your friend to meet for dinner. "Hello, this is Alex. May I speak to Maria? Please." Speaking. Hi Alex. Hi Maria. Are you free this evening? Yes, I am. Great. Let's meet at 7 p.m. at the Italian restaurant. Perfect. See you then. After the call, you send her a text to confirm. Hi Maria. Just to confirm, dinner at 7 p.m. at the Italian restaurant. See you soon. This way, you practice both speaking on the phone and writing online messages. Now let's do a quick practice exercise. You call your boss, but he's not available. What do you say? Answer. Could you tell him that I called and I'll call back later? You want your friend to send you a document online. What do you write? Answer. Could you please send me the document? You want to invite a friend to the cinema. What do you say on the phone? Answer. Hi, are you free tonight? Do you want to watch a movie? Perfect. Now let's review what we learned in this part. Phone calls. Introducing yourself. Asking for someone. Leaving messages. Informal calls. Casual language with friends. Online English. Polite emails, and short friendly texts. These skills are essential for modern life. Whether you're at work or chatting with friends, you will use them almost every day. Your challenge today: make a short phone call or send a simple email in English. Even 1 or 2 sentences will make you more confident. Now that you can make phone calls and send messages, let's practice the next step. Making plans, inviting people, and talking about future activities. These conversations are fun and very useful because they help you connect with friends and build relationships. Let's start with making plans. The simplest way is, do you want to? Would you like to? For example, do you want to have lunch together tomorrow? Would you like to go shopping this weekend? Repeat after me. Do you want to have lunch together tomorrow? Now try. Would you like to go shopping this weekend? Here's a short dialogue. Hey, would you like to go to the park tomorrow afternoon? Sure, that sounds great. Perfect. Let's meet at 3 p.m. at the main gate. Okay. See you then. Very natural. Very clear. Now let's practice accepting invitations. Sure. I'd love to. That sounds great. Yes. Count me in. Practice. Sure. I'd love to. Here's a dialogue. Do you want to join us for dinner tonight? Sure. I'd love to. What time? At 7 p.m. at the new restaurant downtown. Perfect. See you there. Easy and friendly. Sometimes you may need to say no politely. That's also important. I'm sorry. I can't. I already have plans. Thanks for inviting me, but I'm busy this weekend. Practice. I'm sorry. I can't. I already have plans. Here's a dialogue. Would you like to go to the movies on Saturday? I'd love to. But I'm busy this Saturday. Maybe next time. Sure. No problem. Let's plan for another day. C. Polite and friendly. No problem at all. Now let's talk about making specific arrangements. Let's meet at 6 p.m. in front of the cafe. How about Saturday at 10 m.m.? Does Friday evening work for you? Repeat after me. Does Friday evening work for you? Here's a short dialogue. Do you want to study English together? Yes, that would be great. When are you free? How about Saturday morning? Saturday works for me. Let's meet at the library at 10 a.m. Perfect. See you then. Now let's practice talking about future activities. You can use I'm going to, I will. Examples. I'm going to visit my grandparents this weekend. I will study English tonight. Repeat I'm going to visit my grandparents this weekend. Now say, I will study English tonight. Here's a dialogue about future activities. What are you going to do this weekend? I'm going to travel to the countryside. How about you? I will probably stay at home and relax. That sounds nice. Enjoy your weekend. Great. Let's combine all of these in one longer story. Imagine this. You and your friend are planning your weekend. Hi, do you want to do something fun this weekend? Sure. What do you have in mind? How about going hiking on Saturday morning? That sounds great. Where should we meet? Let's meet at the bus station at 8 a.m. Menview. Perfect. I'll bring some snacks. Awesome. I'm going to check the weather tonight to make sure it's good. Good idea. See you on Saturday. This is exactly how people make plans naturally. Now let's do a practice exercise. You want to invite your friend to lunch tomorrow. What do you say? Answer. Do you want to have lunch together tomorrow? You are busy and cannot accept. What do you say? Answer. I'm sorry. I can't. I already have plans. You want to confirm the time. What do you say? Answer. Let's meet at 12:30 in front of the cafe. Perfect practice. Now let's review. Making plans. Do you want to? Would you like to? Accepting invitations. Sure. I'd love to. That sounds great. Declining politely. I'm sorry. I can't. Maybe next time. Arrangements. Let's meet at. How about? Does Friday work for you? Future activities. I'm going to. I will. Your challenge today. Make one plan in English. Invite someone, even if it's just practice with yourself in the mirror. Say, would you like to go for a walk tomorrow? Then answer yourself. Sure, that sounds great. It may feel funny, but it really trains your brain. Great progress. Now you can greet, make plans, and talk about your daily life. But conversation is not only about asking and answering questions. It's also about sharing your thoughts and opinions. Today, we will practice how to express your opinion, how to agree politely, and how to disagree politely. Let's start with expressing opinions. Here are some simple phrases. I think. In my opinion. Personally, I believe. Examples. I think learning English every day is important. In my opinion, movies are a great way to relax. Personally, I believe that traveling helps us learn more. Repeat after me. I think learning English every day is important. Now say, in my opinion, movies are a great way to relax. Perfect. Here's a dialogue. What do you think about studying online? I think it's very convenient. You can learn anywhere. Yes, I agree. It saves a lot of time. See, very natural. Now let's practice agreeing politely. I agree with you. That's true. You're right. Exactly. Practice. I agree with you. Now say, that's true. Here's a dialogue. In my opinion, exercise is important for health. I agree with you. It makes us stronger and happier. Simple but powerful. Now let's practice disagreeing politely. This is very important because in real conversations, you will not always agree. But you must be polite. I see your point. But I think. That's interesting. But I feel. I'm not sure I agree with that. Examples. I see your point, but I think learning grammar is also important. That's interesting. But I feel practice is more useful than theory. Practice. I see your point. But I think learning grammar is also important. Here's a dialogue. I think watching TV is a waste of time. I see your point, but I think some TV shows can be educational. That's true. Perfect, polite, friendly, and respectful. Now let's practice sharing ideas in discussions. What if maybe we could, have you thought about examples? What if we study together every weekend? Maybe we could start an English club. Have you thought about practicing with online videos? Repeat after me. Maybe we could start an English club. Here's a dialogue. We want to improve our English faster. What can we do? What if we practice speaking 10 minutes every day? That's a great idea. Maybe we could also watch English videos together. Perfect. Let's do it. Great teamwork. Now let's combine everything into a longer conversation. What do you think about learning English online? I think it's very useful. You can practice anytime. Yes, I agree. It's flexible, but I feel sometimes it's harder to stay focused. That's true. Maybe we could join a study group online to stay motivated. That's a good idea. Let's try it. See how natural this is. Opinions, agreement, polite disagreement, and ideas all flow together. Now, let's do a quick practice exercise. Express your opinion about English movies. Answer: I think English movies are fun and a good way to learn. Agree with someone who says English is important for work. Answer: I agree with you. English is very important for work. Disagree politely with someone who says grammar is not important. Answer: I see your point, but I think grammar is also important. Excellent practice. Now let's review. Expressing opinions. I think, in my opinion, personally, I believe. Agreeing politely. I agree with you. That's true. Exactly. Disagreeing politely. I see your point, but that's interesting. But sharing ideas. What if maybe we could, have you thought about? These are key skills for deeper conversations. They make you sound confident, respectful, and natural. Your challenge today: choose one topic, like food, movies, or studying English. Say 3 sentences, 1 opinion, 1 agreement, and 1 polite disagreement. For example, I think pizza is delicious. Yes, that's true. I see your point, but I prefer pasta. This practice will prepare you for real conversations with friends, classmates, or colleagues. Congratulations on reaching this final part. You have practiced greetings, daily conversations, opinions, and many practical situations. Now let's focus on 3 important skills that bring everything together: telling stories, giving advice, and encouraging others. Let's begin with telling stories. When you tell a story, the key is to use clear time expressions. Yesterday, last week, a few days ago, when I was a child. This helps listeners follow your story. Here are some useful phrases. One time, last week, when I was younger. I remember when. Example: one time, I traveled to another city and got lost, but I met a kind person who helped me find my way. Repeat after me. One time, I traveled to another city and got lost. Here's a short story dialogue. Guess what happened yesterday? What? Tell me. I missed the bus, so I had to walk to work. But on the way, I met an old friend. Wow, that's interesting. Stories don't need to be long. Short stories with clear details are perfect for practice. Now let's move to giving advice. Here are simple ways to give advice. You should, you shouldn't. If I were you, I would. Examples: you should practice English every day. You shouldn't stay up too late before an exam. If I were you, I would take a break and relax. Repeat with me. You should practice English every day. Now say, if I were you, I would take a break. Here's a dialogue. I'm nervous about speaking English. Don't worry, you should practice a little every day. If I were you, I would start with short sentences. That's good advice. Thank you. Simple, friendly, supportive. Now let's practice encouraging others. Encouragement is powerful. It helps people feel confident. Here are some phrases. You can do it. Don't give up. Keep going, you're improving. I believe in you. Practice with me. You can do it. Now say, keep going, you're improving. Here's a dialogue. I feel like my English is not good enough. That's not true. You're improving every day. Don't give up. You can do it. Thank you. I needed to hear that. See how positive it feels. Encouragement builds motivation. Now let's combine storytelling, advice, and encouragement into one longer conversation. I remember when I first started learning English. I was so nervous. Really? What did you do? At first, I made many mistakes, but I kept practicing. I spoke with friends, watched English movies, and wrote in a journal every day. That sounds helpful. What advice would you give me? You should practice speaking out loud, even when you are alone. If I were you, I would also listen to English podcasts daily. That makes sense. Sometimes I feel like I'm not improving. Don't think that way. You are improving. Keep going. And remember, I believe in you. This conversation shows how natural English can be when you mix stories, advice, and encouragement. Now let's do a practice exercise. Tell a short story about yesterday. Example, yesterday, I went to the supermarket. I bought some fruit and met a neighbor. It was nice to see her. Give advice to a friend who is tired. Example, you should take a rest. If I were you, I would go to bed early tonight. Encourage a classmate before a test. Example, don't worry, you can do it. I believe in you. Perfect. Now let's review what we learned in this final part. Telling stories. Use time expressions and clear details. Giving advice. You should. You shouldn't. If I were you. Encouraging others. You can do it. Don't give up. Keep going. These skills make conversations warm, personal, and motivating. Remember, English is not just about grammar or vocabulary. It's about connection. When you tell your story, give advice, or encourage someone, you build real connections. That's the heart of communication. Your final challenge. Tonight, tell yourself one short story in English about your day. Then, give yourself advice for tomorrow. Finally, encourage yourself. Don't give up. Keep going. I believe in me. This will make English part of your life every single day. You have completed all 10 parts. Thank you so much for spending this time learning with me. Keep practicing every day. Even if it's just for a few minutes, your effort will bring big results over time. And most importantly, enjoy the journey. You are not just learning English, you are becoming an English speaker. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss future lessons. I'll see you in the next practice. Keep believing in yourself and keep speaking with confidence.